What's up, man? It's your boy K Shine, and you tuning in to rapgrid.com. Zip 'em up. 1/6 of that NWX movement. Ah.
Yo, Rap Grid, I'm here with my man Luna C. What's up, man?
Yep, chilling, man. You good?
I'm good. I'm great, man. Yo, it's crazy because I don't get a lot of cats from Don't Flop or England in general or even Europe on Rap Grid, but I really wanted to make a push. I was talking to Liam and seeing what we can do, and this is big for me. I've done a couple interviews with Shotty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've talked to Tony D and cats, but I don't think we've done like a big interview like this yet. So
sick, man.
so
Yeah, I seen your one with a Shotty. I think that was that in Canada?
Yeah, that was in Canada when he
Yeah,
battled
yeah,
Arsenal. We did a couple interviews,
yeah, man.
you know. So yeah, man, before we even get into this whole Battle of the Brave thing and shit, yo, for the American cats that might be up on Rap Grid that don't really know who Lunar C is, man, you're killing it out here with the music, the merch. I even heard you got a couple awards out there for the music. So
Not for the music, man. No, no, no awards yet.
no awards yet?
Not for the music, no, man. We got
Oh
a little
shit.
bit of radio play and shit like that, but not
Okay.
nothing that serious.
So all right. Well, explain the Lunar Sea brand to somebody who might not know the battle background and the music background.
Yeah, basically, I've been doing music since I was like 16. I'm
Mm.
now 25. Um, in 2012, I think it was, maybe the back end of 2011. I did my first battle on Don't Flop. That went pretty crazy, like straight away. It kind of got a lot of hype, and
Mm.
even Don't Flop kind of grew. Mine and Don't Flop's hype kind of grew together. It was a pretty crazy time, man. But yeah, like just I was kind of just doing a battle just to promote my music, but because there was so much more demand for the battles at the time than for the music, I kind of just stuck to the battles. Did about 6 or 7. But yeah, man, then I kind of cut it off and did just try to do my music for a few years.
Okay.
Not recently, a few months ago, I kind of felt like it was time to make a little return. Did a battle with O'Shea. Yeah, man, it went well. Pretty happy with it.
So
Good,
before I
man.
even go any further with this, the battle everybody wants to see, the battle that will shut the UK down, is Shotty versus Lunar Sea. Is that ever gonna happen?
Um, I never say never because like I had no intention of ever battling again at all.
Mm.
So and I have this year. So I never say never, man. Like it's not something I'm really interested in now. Like especially to be honest, the hype doesn't really do much for me because once I've heard something 1,000 times, it's not as exciting. Like
Yeah,
maybe back
yeah.
in the and the thing is with like for whatever reason, like when I was kind of when I was battling, Shotty wasn't like what he is now. Anyway, do you know what I mean? In
Mm.
as far as battling, he had a name in music actually, which I rated him back then, like just mainly
Mm.
for his music. He'd done a few battles, and I think he started to try to do his own league and stuff. Um, but yeah, like when I was battling, he wasn't the Shotty that we have
Yeah.
today in battle rap. So like he never called me out or anything like that. Nobody actually called me out. But then as soon as I quit and left, like everybody was like, I want to battle Lunacy, and a lot of them did it. A lot of them did it just to be like, or like calling me out to look good or whatever because they didn't want it before.
Yeah.
But I will say, like I can tell Shotty genuinely does want to battle me. He's not one of those people. I think he just wants to battle the top guys or the people who got the most hype or the people who he rates the most. So I respect that about Shotty, man. He's gone about it a strange way in the past, like which hasn't really worked for him, and it kind of made things awkward for us.
Mm.
I think he thought he was just gonna like call me out, and I was gonna kind of that was gonna damage my ego, the shit he was saying, and I was just gonna snap back. He was just wanting me to play into his hands, which I understand, man. It's all in the sport, like. But I really don't care about like once I kind of cut my losses with battle rap, I knew what I was doing, and my head was like on music. But I don't know, man. I never say never.
Okay.
He's the guy in the UK. Do you know what I mean? If I ever want to be the best battle rapper, which I don't, like that was never even my plan in the first place. I just wanted to use my hype for music. But if I ever come back into it and I'm serious about it, Shotty's the guy I'll be going for, man.
Okay, man. Well, we're gonna make the call to Westwood. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit up Pro Green and Skinny Man and them. We're gonna hit up Dead Mouse. We're gonna get this money popping for this battle.
Do this, man.
You know what I mean? So on to the main thing. I don't know if you've seen before, but a lot of times on Rap Grid, before a big event comes up, I do something like the Rap Grid's ultimate guide to such and such battle. And with the Battle of the Brave coming up and it being such a big battle, I wanted to get, a battler from England on the line so we could really talk about this. And you just happened to hit me up this morning, so it worked out,
man.
So I want to go down this card with you and just see what you think about some of these battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, before we embarrass anybody, is there any names I'm gonna say? You'd be like, "Who the hell is that?"
Nah, I think I pretty much know who everybody is, man. Actually, to be honest, I only know about 3, maybe 4 of the battles that are going on, so there might be someone who I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, there might be 1 or 2 people on this card that you know more about than me.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got Math Hoffa and Tony D. How you feel about that one?
Yeah, man, that's a. It's not a matchup I would have thought of, but I rate them both, man. Like I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna work as far as how their styles are gonna go together in the battle because they're very different. But they're both sick enough to make a good battle, man. Like it'll be. Yeah. I'm actually more excited about it because I don't know what to expect. So that should be a good one, man.
I think
I'm kind of siding towards Tony D though. I can't lie.
Well, I think that I've been saying for a while I wish Tony D had a popular American opponent. So maybe that street crowd that's starting to like the lyricism in battle rap, the URL shit can bleed over to Tony D because I think he's one of the best battle rappers.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think that's a strange thing about Tony D because even though it happens with a few of the battlers over here, like Tony D and Soul. More or less classed as the best battlers in the UK.
Yeah.
As far as people who've been obviously they were the champions and stuff. So, but at the same time, they don't necessarily have the biggest fan base. I don't know for whatever reason that is, but I think it might be to do with the fact that they're not kind of jokes orientated. A lot of the English fans like jokes and stuff, and I think that's kind of a lot of the reason why I got a hype initially. Because it was the jokes, and I realised that that's what won me the battles back then. That was kind of the vibe in Dot Flop then. It's kind of a bit different now, a bit more serious and technical and stuff. But yeah, I think if they was gonna get bigger, that American crowd is what they would succeed in. To be honest, man, they need a bit more exposure out there. Man.
Yeah, well, I think Math will do it, and I think Math has a calmer, more lyrical side to him that he shows from time to time. So I think that would be a good matchup. So you said you got Tony D?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Tony, man. To be honest, every time Tony battles, I say Tony. I don't want to. But apart from Raptor, and then on the day, I was like, shit, Tony got that because I was actually at that event.
Yeah, but, that was a great battle.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. But before the battle, I was stood on camera doing an interview with Tony D, and I was like, this is going to be our hardest battle, man. Because I rate Raptor, man. I think he's the guy at the moment. He's definitely the best new, or most improved or whatever. I'm not sure what he's nominated for at the moment, but he should win it. He's sick, man. Other than that, I've never really thought Tony was going to lose, and I've never really thought Tony's lost either, unless he's choked. There's been a couple of battles where he's choked, but. Other than that, man, I don't think he loses. He's got a little saying about himself that if he spits 3 rounds, he don't lose, and I think that's true, man.
Well, I think it's funny. I would give Math an edge, but with it being an overseas crowd, I don't know. I mean, I know he battled Shotty. It wasn't how he would want it to be. So I'm interested to just see that one. I think that will be a great battle. That might be best battle on the card.
Yeah, man. I definitely, as far as two people who are like, I'm more of a fan of them too.
Yeah.
That's an exciting one, man.
So
That didn't make
let's.
sense at all. What I just said. You
You
get
said you're a fan of
it?
them too. um, Arsenal and JC.
JC. I don't know if I know JC. JC.
JC.
I'm gonna look on my phone right now, and if I see the guy's face, I'll know who he
Alright.
is.
He's the one who had the classic battle with Chilla Jones and on Smack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, actually, let me just make sure I'm thinking of the right person. JC. Oh, my fucking phone's not working. JC versus who? Sorry.
JC
Arsenal.
versus Chilla. Oh no. JC's battling Arsenal.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if I know too much about JC to pass judgment on this one, man. Like, I'm not the biggest Arsenal fan either, to be honest, man. He's good. He's sick at what he does, but yeah, he's not really my style of battler, man.
Well, I will
I
say.
actually like the disrespectful shit he does.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I do actually like about him. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think the last few battles I've seen of him, man, he didn't really. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think Arsenal. Well, no, I think he does good when he goes overseas. I think he
Yeah,
takes it more serious than some of the other guys who get paid.
yeah, man.
Um,
He just says some off stuff sometimes, like when he battled Passwords at this last King of the Dot event.
yeah,
I was watching that the other day, and it's just like Pass has all the same reactions I have to some of the stuff he says.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know. Like, there's the obvious Squidward's clarinet, like, that everybody references, but he says a lot of shit like that. Like, he
Yeah,
says a lot of shit where you're just like, the fuck are you talking about? But yeah,
yeah. I mean,
it should still be a good battle, man.
I think Arsenal's dope. He has his up and downs, but I think when it's a big stage, he's very entertaining.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing with Arsenal.
Yeah,
Like, he's always entertaining. He's very like performance driven. So I still, even if he says some shit I don't really like, and he still does have bars, man, for days. But
yeah.
just that odd thing where I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, JC, even though you're not as familiar with him, I was just in Chicago. He battled Newborn or Born.
All right,
He battled Born in Chicago, and he put on like the performance of the night. Like he destroyed it. You know what I'm
nice man.
saying?
I'm
So
still looking for an image of this JC guy. Oh, of course, man. Yeah, this guy's sick. Yeah, I've seen a few of his battles. I'm shit with names, man. I got a bad
oh
memory.
yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
But he's sick, man. Yeah. I think he'll beat Arsenal. I think he'll beat him.
After that performance I saw in Chicago, man, I might give JC was saying that shit. Well, let me ask you this before we keep going with the card, right? Just from your perspective, with somebody like let's take JC for instance. He goes over to that crowd. It's at the Ministry of Sound, right?
Yeah.
I
Oh, is
don't.
it? Is that where the event is?
I believe so. Yeah.
Battle of the Brave, right?
Yeah. So it's at the Ministry of Sound. JC gets there. He's like, damn, I don't know if my material's gonna go over well. You know what I mean? Like since you're from over there, like what type of crowd do you think American fans who might be tuning in to a big battle like this the first time, like what type of crowd do you think we're looking at? Are they gonna understand all the bars, the
You know what? It's
wordplay?
hard to say because it's their first event. Like,
Hmm.
it really is hard to say. I'm not expecting it to be a typical dot flop
Yeah,
crowd. It's not going to be a
because
dot flop
Ministry of
crowd at all.
Sound is
Like,
big. It's like a big venue out there, right?
yeah, it's going to be a
Yeah.
big venue, and just the way they've promoted it as well. Like, they haven't tried to push it to the dot flop fans. They've almost they've pissed a lot of people off, to be honest, man.
Mm.
Initially with how they promoted it, because they was like, we're bringing battle rap to the UK,
Mm-hmm.
almost as if to say don't flop don't exist, or
Mm.
and they've kind of disregarded northern battlers as well. Like, they don't want any northern battlers on there. I think they're trying to make it into more of almost like a UK URL in the sense that it's going to be more
Yeah.
street rappers, and
Yeah, well,
I think that's
I
what they're
talked to
going
their
for.
people. I talked to the people from that league when they were first setting it up.
Yeah.
We talked briefly on the phone, and they definitely told me they were trying to like bring the streets out over there.
Yeah, man, which is
Yeah,
cool because, to be honest, we don't have that right now in the UK. We
yeah.
have a few. Well, we do. I think we have Gifted a Gab and a couple of other little leagues that they do it okay, man, and I think they try to do like a British URL. What? Because there is some decent MCs over here
Hmm.
who end up only really getting the shining dot flock, but I reckon they could. Someone needs to make a better platform for those type of MCs, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
because they like to keep it very much the same. They don't like the thing I used to like about like Grind Time, and the thing I like about King of the Dot is the range of styles and the style
Yeah,
clashes,
yeah.
personalities, and the difference in characters. But
You don't
you don't
think
really
Don't
get
Flop
that in
has that
URL
as
because they
much?
don't want. They know what they want. Then they just want that all the time. You get
Yeah.
me?
Do you think Don't Flop doesn't have enough of that right now?
Of what
Of
the
like
street.
the street element, yeah.
I think there's a couple, man. I, I'm terrible with names, but I think the guy is called Rivers.
Okay.
There's a dude called Rivers who does that really well. Um, a couple of others, man. Like there is a few, but it's just not favoured too much. Like I don't know. I think they shoot. I don't know.
You know what I've seen that I know a lot of like American fans might not understand. I know like grime and shit like that is big, and it's a different style of rapping. So I've
Yeah,
seen like even on YouTube and shit, I've seen like street grime MCs, you know what I mean? But I
yeah,
don't
of
know if
course.
the battle world is ready for that type of element in 3 rounds, you
Definitely,
know?
man. Of course. And
Yeah.
the difference with what the good thing that could happen with that is the UK music scene is very street and sort of like more on that type of vibe where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like geeky white dudes like me who fucking
Yeah.
that I mean like it's more towards that side of they call it road rap or grime, so like
Mhm.
it's a bit more gritty. So if the battle scene lends itself to that, I think it could do more, like it could do
Mm.
very well with the music fans.
That's interesting, man. That's some interesting stuff.
Yeah, man.
So all right, we got Charlie Clips versus Gemini. I haven't seen Gemini.
Gemini's sick, man.
Word?
Gemini, so yeah, he just done a battle versus Dialect, who's also ridiculous. But yeah, like his latest performance versus Dialect is crazy, man. Like he's got some bar.
You think he has what
Trying to
it
think
takes
of
to
a
beat
bar off
Clips
the top of
though?
my head, but I can't really think of a bar that he said. Like, but he smashed it anyway. I'm not gonna try. He killed it. Just watch that, man.
So Clips just did a crazy ass battle.
Yeah, two, man. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean in the UK?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
battled Quill outside
Yeah,
too, man.
Quill, I heard him and Quill was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. The one where Shotty kinda it seemed on the footage that the momentum kind of dropped in halfway through when they had their little
Oh
conflict or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Which is a shame, man. But they've still both put on a ridiculous performance, man. Like definitely.
No, that was definitely a solid battle. So who you got winning? Gemini or Clips?
I think Gemini could take it. You know. I think.
Mm.
Hmm. I don't know if. I don't know, man, because like I'm the same. I'm a bit of a victim to the hype where I'll go through a wave of like if somebody loses and have a bad performance, it changes my view of them a
Oh
little bit.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I always take that into consideration. But like the last Charlie Clips battle I saw wasn't the best Charlie Clips, and the last Gemini battle I saw I was really impressed by.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning towards Gemini just at the moment, and I think Gemini is gonna feel like gonna take this opportunity a lot more seriously than maybe Charlie Clips will. Like it's kind of just another day at the office for Charlie Clips, but he
Yeah.
can do that because he's so good. But at the same time, I don't think you can take Gemini lightly, man. You're gonna have to want to kill him because that's what he's trying to do to you,
So
man.
you think Clips might be walking into a trap where he thinks I'm gonna freestyle a little bit, I'm gonna mess around, I'm gonna get this money, and Gemini
Yeah,
is
man,
gonna.
maybe.
Yeah.
But then again, I've seen Charlie Clips on his A game, and nobody can fuck with him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's one of them, man. If he taps into that, then it's game over. But actually, I don't even know if it's game over. Like Gemini is very good, man. Like I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can actually beat Gemini. Like he's crazy, especially with the UK crowd, man. I think Gemini is what they'll want, man. Like, because even if it is a more of a street sort of crowd and they're trying to bring in them type of guys, I think Gemini can rock with that too. So
Mm.
I think he's gonna be very hard to beat, man.
So let's go with Hitman Holla and Bonkers.
Yeah, this is a
That's how you
crazy
say
one,
his
you
name,
know.
Bonkers. Bonkers, right?
Yeah, Bonkers. I
Bonkers.
actually only met Bonkers just over a week ago because we done a
Hmm.
cipher for Fire in a Booth for Radio 1. Um, Little plug there.
Mm.
But yeah, like I hadn't met him before. I just knew about his music, and he's only recently got a couple of tracks out that got big, and he's doing really well in music. So it's
Oh,
crazy
word.
that he's jumped into the battling so fast. Like it's mad because he doesn't need to do that, man. Like he's
Also, his music was
a
popping.
lot. Yeah, he's very much popping, man. Like he's smashing it. I'm shocked that I respect him just for even doing it. To be honest, man, because he don't need to. But it's not about that anyway. I think he just must want to kill it. Like it must be. It can't be because it's definitely not a. I need to get hype through battle rap or hype overseas through battle or anything like that because he's set really, man. If he wanted to play it safe, he could. But the thing, I haven't seen anything from Bonkers that shows me that he could kill a battle, except from his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, he knows better than me what he can do, so I'm just kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's gonna kill it. So yeah, man, I'm just excited to see what he does, man.
So it is Bonkers from London?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so is this something that people in London will come out to because Bonkers is such a known
Yeah,
artist?
I don't see why not, man. Like, I think he's got a pretty good fan base at the moment, so yeah, that's good. This is what I mean, man. This Battle of the Brave event could potentially bring in a lot of music fans who wouldn't necessarily fuck with battle rap otherwise. So that's positive, man. That's good.
That can also create a weird kind of crowd.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because not a lot of them get it, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope that goes well. And then we got Hollow the Don and Pat Stay, man.
Oh wow.
I think that's Hollow's biggest challenge since he battled Pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Like, I don't know, man, because I sort of watched the Pat Stay and Immaculate battle thinking, like, I had no idea what was going to happen. And then it became quite, like, pretty soon within, like, the first round, I'm like, Ilmac's going to win this, what the fuck? But I honestly feel like, I watched an interview as well afterwards where Pat Stay was saying it feels like a relief, and he wasn't even, he wasn't trying to win. And I really got that vibe from him in the battle, man, where he was just like, I don't think he thought he was going to win, so he just kind of thought, fuck it, I'm just going to rap and kind of play my part and let this go. But I don't know, man. I think if that Pat Stay comes against Hollow, I think he's going to get beat, man. But if Pat Stay on his A game, nobody can beat Pat Stay on his A game, man. Nobody, like.
Oh, so you don't think if Hollow brought his A game, you don't?
Oh man, this is a mad one. That's what I mean.
I mean, because let me ask you this: what do you think Hollow's best battle is?
Hollow's best battle, shit.
I love that past battle with the PS7 and all that shit. I love.
Yeah, that was the one back in the day, man. That's when I started taking notice of Hollow, man.
Big T. I mean, the shit he just did against Clips was great.
Yeah, the Clips one was sick. What was the one before? Before Loaded Lux, not Joe Budden.
Sue Surf.
Was that it?
Averb battle. That was a great battle.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with what did we just say? I'm probably gonna go with Charlie Clips, man. Mainly just for like how much he embarrassed him with the t-shirt thing, man. I know it's kind of a prop which I don't usually rate, but at the same time, he just owned your whole life, like.
But yo, you know about selling merch and getting your business side of your music together, so it probably resonated with you. You know,
that was some sloppiness from Charlie Clips, man. He should have had that on lock, like he should have had that copyrighted, man.
Yeah, man.
But it's such a smart move from Hollow, man. Like Hollow smashed that. So yeah, man, Hollow versus Pat. I'm just excited to see that, man. I have no idea who's gonna win that.
You know, I've been asking a lot of people over here. I did an interview with Conceited, a couple other people. Seem like people over here are leaning towards Hollow, but I think Pat Stay is top 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess this Hollow battle is really going to be a determining factor. I think he could retire one of the top 10 battlers all time.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Pat Stay could definitely do that, and I just feel like he's either going to be on the same vibe that he was on with Immaculate, or he's going to look at that like, fuck that, I need to come back and prove myself again kind of thing, which he doesn't. But I think sometimes it takes a bit of a knock to come back at your best, kind of thing, and he hasn't had that much challenge in my eyes, apart from like the disaster battle. But disaster was kind of not on his A game that time, so it went well for him. But
You know what I will say about this battle though? I feel like Hollow, I feel like when he's in like these high pressure situations, kind of like the Lux battle or the Sue Surf battle, where he has that hostile environment around him. Even though I thought he did very very well against Lux, I feel like we get a different Hollow than when he's kind of like chilling in the room. There's a circle around him. He's battling an opponent he know he can joke with a little bit. It's not. I feel like that Hollow is the best one. You know, the one that's kind of like relaxed and shit. And I feel like Pat Stay is also at his A game when he's more relaxed. And I think they might kind of when they meet up in the ring, they might both kind of chill out. You know what I mean? They might have talked. They might have been like, man, let's just swag out. Let's do this shit. Like, I don't know.
I hope that, I hope that, because
they're the two most charismatic battlers out there, you know?
Yeah, man, that's true about Pat Stay as well, man. I think he's at his best when he's just laid back clowning someone.
Yeah.
He's got bars too and all the rest of the shit, but like I do like that vibe from him, man, where he's just taking a piss. Like you can't really fuck with him. But honestly, that's the only one where I keep changing my mind, man. I'm gonna try and say one. I'm gonna try just so I'm not copping out. I think it'll be more of a shock if Hollow loses. Because it's Hollow losing. Like, you don't see Hollow lose, so it's going to be more of a shock if Hollow loses, man. That's... Because then who is there? Like, who is at the top of battle rap then? Because to me, Hollow's the guy. Like, if I could battle anybody, I battle Hollow. Like, if anybody... Like, that would be the biggest battle. And he's the guy to beat. I think with a couple of people, like Disasters obviously kind of has that because obviously he's like known as the legend killer and stuff. Like he's kind of got that as well. But yeah, like oh man, hype wise, he's the guy to beat because he just doesn't lose. And I'm gonna go with. I feel like I'm playing it safe if I go with Hollow though. I almost want to say Pat just because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he could, but I'm gonna go Hollow. I'm gonna play it safe, Hollow. Not playing it safe as a diss to Pat Stay, just in a sense where it's more unheard of for Hollow to lose.
Yeah.
So I feel like more people are gonna lean towards that. Genuinely, that's the hardest decision. Like. The hardest guess I've ever had to make, man, because them guys, I hold them on the exact same kind of pedestal, man. I
feel the same way. You know, this is what I will say. My decision is based on this. That I think Pat Stay is a little bit better writer than Hollow. I think Pat Stay has a top pen. But I think Hollow is very awkward and unorthodox, and that makes up for whatever you might think that he lacks.
Yeah, and his angles are so clever, like.
Yeah, and I would, you know, I wouldn't put my money on it. You know what I mean? But I would think that Pat Stay might edge him a little bit. But I think Hollow needs somebody creatively that can push him the way Pat Stay would. And for that reason, I think Hollow might come out on top because he hasn't had someone push him like that for a while. Yeah. And we might see him come with crazier material than he's come with recently.
Yeah, man. Know? Like, I can't think of a better battle than this. Like maybe I've always wanted to see Disaster versus Hollow. I think that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, me too.
But other than that, I don't think there's a better battle that could possibly happen, man. Like other than if someone like fucking Drake actually battled like fucking Mook or whatever, like that would obviously be crazy. But like as an actual just ability wise and how sick the bars are going to be. Like, this is the one, man. This is going to be crazy.
Hell yeah.
But I keep changing my mind. Like, now I'm thinking Pat. Like,
yeah, I mean, anything can happen, man. I just think that we haven't had vintage. We got vintage Hollow like 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? I think half of the time Hollow throws his shit together, you know, in a way that the crowd will like it, and he gets by because he's such a likable character. You know what I mean? I think he really must have went in for this. Like when you have 2 smart people who are also can connect with the crowd, those are the best battles. I just hope that this Ministry of Sound crowd really receives it the way it should
Yeah.
be received. You know.
That's it, man. And like I watched the interview with Pat talking about after the Immaculate battle, kind of saying it was kind of a relief.
Yeah.
Immediately straight after that, watched an interview or the trailer for Battle of the Brave,
Mhm.
and he was just he had a totally different outlook towards this battle than he did to the Ilmac one, where he's just like, I'm going out there to do the battle of my life kind of thing. So I don't think he's ever going to take this lightly. And I think under normal circumstances he wouldn't have took Immaculate lightly. I think he just couldn't. I don't know. I almost feel like he wanted to lose the chain just because it's. I understand that because as a battler I've never wanted to battle for the title because it's just it's. Then you're obliged to battle every event that they ask you to, or you just you're hogging the chain. Like you've got to do it.
Yeah.
And I never really want to be in a position where I have to battle no matter what. Like I want to do that shit for fun or for whatever reason, promo or whatever. Like, but it has to be my decision kind of thing. So like, I totally get that from Pat Stay. I don't think a lot of the fans will. I think they'll just see it as a. But I totally get that, man. Like he's been champ for a long time. Like I think I'd want to get rid of that shit too and just.
Yeah.
I think he'll feel more free now and like I think he'll be in a much better space now. So I think we're going to see a totally different Pat Stay, man.
Let's just say it's a tie, and nobody will make fun of us. Cause
I can't see him now. By the time I'm off this conversation, I'll have fought the other guy. So literally can't stay on that one, man.
All right, well, yeah, the Battle of the Brave should be big. We got to get you in the building, man. We got to get you in the building.
You know what? What day is it?
It's Sunday, I believe.
This Sunday coming?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm going London because it's pretty far from me, to be honest, man.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going London on the Monday. If I can get down the day before and they say I can come, that's cool. But as far as I know, they hate Northerners.
Nah, I'm sure it's not like that, man. I'll reach back out, man.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when I first heard of this Battle of the Brave thing, I didn't hear anything about. I just heard that they was promoting it as they're bringing battle rap to the UK, and I was kind of like, that's a bit bullshit. But and I kind of spot my opinions on Twitter and stuff, so I never expected them to reach out to me anyway, because I didn't say the best things about it. But since then, I've seen how they've set the event up, and I think it's going to be sick, man. And to be honest, like I'm always apprehensive about any battle league that just starts up with a big event. Even when Eminem did it, it didn't go as smooth as it would have on the dot. You get me? Like there's so many aspects to it, like that you have to perfect over the years, like Dot Flop, King of the Dot. All these, they've been doing it for so long that they've got the sound perfect. They know exactly how they want it to be filmed. They know where they want the crowd. Everything has to be perfect, man. It takes trial and error to do that. So I think it's always a very big risk when you're starting for such a big event, man, because it can't go. If it goes wrong, it looks really bad. You know what I mean? But I think to be fair on a man, like this is the most excited I've been about an event that's just starting as a league kind of thing.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too, man. I know the pay-per-view should be crazy.
Yeah, man, I might have to grab the pay-per-view, man, if I can't get there, but hopefully not.
Yeah, well, we'll come through with the live Rap Grid pay-per-view coverage, you know what I'm saying?
Sick.
I gotta send you some Rap Grid stuff, man. Have you?
Yeah, man, man?
Yeah. So I got you. We'll talk after this, and I'll make sure you get some stuff.
What, like merch and shit?
Yeah, we got the Battle Rap General hats and all that shit. Like, dope. Yeah. So yeah, Lunar C, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure getting you on the web chat.
Yeah, man, good to finally talk to you, man.
Yeah.
Watching this, it's like grind time and shit, man. I used to be a massive fan.
Me too, man. Alright.
White bread, you done come for dead. You want a buckle? They go with a buckle on your lump head. All that shit. But it was like,
we didn't have no Smack or D-Rack or this, that, and the other league on the